What's up, guys? I'm back with another movie review. Today I'm here to talk about A Bad Mom's Christmas. Not exactly the movie that I wish I was talking to you about, but I went to see it with my mom, and so I figured I'd take a minute just to do a quick review of it. The story is pretty similar to the first Bad Moms movie in that, Amy, who's played by Mila Kunis, wants to kind of have a less stressful approach to motherhood. In the first movie, she battled the PTA. In this movie, she's battling her own mother, and then her two friends, Kiki and Carla, are also battling their moms. So it's like moms versus grandmothers out of grandmoms. I don't think it's even a word. Sorry. Um, it basically comes down to that Amy's mom wants to have this incredibly elaborate, super complex, expensive, stressful Christmas that's just like the best Christmas ever. And Amy wants to have a more like laid back, chill Christmas, and they have immense conflict over it. Meanwhile, Kiki's mom is like becoming obsessed with her and wears clothing with her face all over it, and so she's trying to like get some boundaries in place there. And then Carla's mom is kind of using her for money, and she's in and out of the picture, so she would like to have more stability there. And so all these stories kind of combine into the moms trying to find a way to not have such a stressful Christmas. I mean, I like this concept, but it seems like these like whole like women gone wild movies lately is a pretty popular trend, and none of them really ever are that wild. The Girls Trip was probably the closest to being something that was like really felt like it was people just going off the deep end. There's like one or two scenes in here that are a little bit crazy, like the lap dancing on the Santa, which is used heavily in the marketing. Otherwise, though, this movie seems to think that like dropping a bunch of curse words is edgy and hip and shocking. It's like a toddler running around, dropping the F bomb, thinking like, "Yeah, I'm cool." That's what this movie feels like to me. The main issue I have with it, even beyond that, is that Mila Kunis is just not an interesting character, and her performance in this movie, same as in the first movie, just was not interesting to watch. Whereas you have Kiki, played by Kristen Bell, and Carla, played by Kathryn Hahn, who are much more interesting, dynamic characters and performers, and they're kind of relegated to a second class place in the movie. And especially in this movie, because Kiki's story with her mom, who's played by Cheryl Hines, is the best part of the movie. Like, they have this weird, creepy relationship that's super interesting, and we get so little of it. I did like Amy's mom, played by Christine Baranski. She played like the ice queen perfectionist just beautifully. I mean, she was really funny, and she saved like her profane moments for when it was the best possible payoff. And that's what I think the rest of the movie should have done, was just tried to be a little bit more creative and inventive, and then leave like the profane stuff for like the big money payoff moments. So there are really fun performances in this, but overall it's just not that interesting of a movie. I feel like having Mila Kunis in the lead was a huge mistake, just like I felt like it was in the first movie. She's just such a dull performer, and she's just so not interesting, and she also just doesn't. She just, I don't know, she doesn't fit well with the rest of the cast. I think Kristen Bell and Kathryn Hahn are amazing. I thought they were great in this one. I thought they were great in the original, but unfortunately, like I said, they're just pushed into this secondary role. Um, as far as blood or nudity, there is none. There's a crotch bulge, pretty sizable crotch bulge from a guy in one scene, but that's about it. That's the other thing, is they think like talking about dicks is so shocking. I don't get it. I don't think it's shocking or even risque. I went with my like 72-year-old mom, and she just didn't bat an eye at any of the stuff they said. So it's not, they want to be shocking and they just don't do it. Good on them for trying so hard, but I think they could have done a lot more with just a more creative, thoughtful approach, instead of just throwing out a bunch of F-bombs and talking about balls. But anyway, I wanted to like this movie. Ultimately, I didn't, but I do think there's enough kind of colorful characters in it to make it watchable. If there's somebody that you want to go and see it with, or even for like a Redbox rental, I think it would be fine. But just kind of keep your expectations in check, and hopefully one of these days we'll get one of these like Women Gone Wild movies that truly are like out of control and off the rails, because I think there's a lot of potential here that these movies aren't taking advantage of. If you like this review, you can check out my full write-up of Bad Moms Christmas. I'll probably go back and review the original, because I haven't done that for my site or for this channel. But I've got also a ton of horror movies, cult movies, video games, anime, as well as new theatrical releases, Lifetime movies. I love Lifetime movies. I'm also on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Mark Fusion. You can also check me out on Patreon at Mark Fusion if you want to get exclusive content. But the best way you can help me out is to hit that sub button here. It would be a great, immense help to me, help me grow my channel and my site. Thank you so much for watching this video. I know it's kind of an odd one to put in here, but I like the idea of bad moms. What can I say? I'm kind of pervy like that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hopefully, I'll see you soon.